Hey all, hey, welcome back to the channel. I have got an unboxing for you today of a new radio. This is actually a DMR radio. I meant to look and check how much this one was selling for. I think it's like 105-ish right now on Amazon. This is the Retevis RT3S. It's a DMR radio. It was highly recommended. I had looked at Baofeng has a model. I don't remember the letters, but it's a 1701 are the numbers in the designation. And I had looked at that one and a couple others that were a little cheaper. In fact, AliExpress, you can find some as low as about $40 to $50 for DMR radios, which is really pretty impressive. I've had hesitations about digital for a while, partly because of the idea that, well, when things get bad, you want the lowest common denominator, the simplest, easiest, and that's analog, basically, 2 meter or 70 centimeter, and that's that. However, as I've learned more about DMR, I've found out that, of course, the DMR repeaters act as a repeater whether or not they have internet. And so it's not dependent on the internet being up for you to be able to use it as a digital repeater. And many of them fall back to analog as well, as do the radios, as this one does also. This one also has GPS in it, and so we have APRS. I need to read and learn a little bit more about whether it's digital or analog APRS. That's one of the things I'll need to find out. And what I try and do with these, I try and do my initial unboxing. And this is not a review, because I've not really, look, it's brand new plastic here. I haven't even used this. And so I'll try and get a chance to use it here and play around with it. I might do a little short after a day or two of using it. Just to give you an initial impressions, but after that I like to have a couple months of kind of playing around with it before I can really feel like I can talk more detailed about the benefits of it and what I think about it and all of that. So in any case, so this is an unboxing, and I'll give you my first impression of just seeing it, but I haven't had a chance to use it. A side note here before I forget, these DMR radios can be flashed with a different firmware. That's the OpenGD77 firmware, I believe, which has a lot of interesting features. It's actively in development, it's open source, and it's very intriguing to me as an option. Now, my initial use in testing is probably going to be with the stock firmware, because I want to see what the radio manufacturer has done for us here as far as what their options are and all of that. This will be my first Retevis radio, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I've heard some good things about their brand. Wow, we've got a nice looking thick manual here. Glossy cover. Yeah, I see a fair amount of good detail. That's pretty promising already. I like seeing a good manual. Yeah, we've got 80 plus pages of English in the manual here. And of course, we've got some GPS operation notes, which I'm thinking may have been an addendum. I think GPS is optional on this model, and so they probably just had that as an insert for the GPS-enabled models. We've got a nice programming table with our standard kind of Kenwood jack there, and USB. I have heard that digital DMR radios you cannot use. If you've got like a Baofeng USB to Kenwood adapter, you're not going to be able to use those for your DMR radios. And so it's kind of neat that I was able to find one that has the actual cable. That's awesome. I'll need to look into what software. I haven't even looked to see if this is compatible with with my favorite, CHIRP, but I'll look into that before the next video, of course, and get you an update. And so we have, it feels nice and solid. I like it, doesn't feel too cheap. I'm going to go ahead and get our battery attached here. How do we set that? Everybody does it just a little different. Nice little solid snap there. We've got our little lanyard, our belt clip here. Nice charging cradle here. I really do like the charging cradles. However, as I've gotten more radios, I also like the fact that we can charge some of them through USB, and I'm not yet seeing that. I'm thinking maybe this one doesn't, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for USB there. I know some batteries will have a USB-C plug, but we'll look into that. I'll tell you more about that when I get more details. And we've got our power adapter for that. And our little, hey, here's our second half of the unboxing. I lost a little bit of the video there. I brought in the TidRadio TDH3 to compare to this one, which is the RT3S by Retevis, and then the Baofeng 5RM. And so you can see it's kind of in between the size of those two. It's not bad. I like that it's a little bit smaller, the 5RM. I know it could be worse. I had a CB once that was like this. It was huge. But I do like the smaller form factor that you can drop in a pocket. This feels nice and sturdy. I like that. We've got a center dial here that can change channels for us, which is really kind of neat there. Volume we can adjust, of course, and we get feedback on the screen on that. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is the screen. I don't know how legible this is going to be for some people, because here where it has H for high power, for instance, the H is in red. The bars for the battery are in light blue, and it's very thin. The signal strength is up there in the corner. Very thin lines. The date and time are very fine lines. And so without my glasses, which are kind of all scratched and cloudy right now, I'm having to kind of squint at it a little bit. I don't deal with color blindness, and somebody in one of the comments on another video had brought up the idea that they had a hard time with the red in the menuing, I think, on the Baofeng, the 5RM. And I'd never really thought about that before, that there's a significant percentage of people that deal with color blindness. And how do the menus on these new color displays work for you? I mean, for instance, I'm looking at the TidRadio here, and it's taken me that long to read that says power up in the upper right hand corner, which is in red. Partly from my glasses, more I can see it's there. I can make out and distinguish it as red from the background that's black. But I know color blindness doesn't mean you don't see that color at all. It just means that it's not vibrant, and so you can't sometimes distinguish between a couple of similar colors. And so does it make it harder for you to navigate these displays? If you would, please comment and let me know what your experience is. If you've got color blindness and you have also some radios that have the color displays, let me know. I'm really curious how that affects you. I would like to think that manufacturers take that into account when they're designing and testing, but I don't know. And so I'm going to be careful exploring some of these buttons. I don't want to transmit here, but I'm just trying to kind of check out the menu. As you may have noticed, I didn't even read the manual yet. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of looking at the menu and browsing around. Since this is my first Retevis and my first digital, I'm going to guess that I'm going to need to really stop and read a little bit, research a little bit before I get off into the weeds too bad. But anyway, here it is. Here's what it looks like. I really like the size. but you know, we'll see. I'll follow this up hopefully in a couple days with after I get it initially set up and get some programming done on it. And you know, we'll see. I'm gonna guess it probably doesn't do chirp. I don't know if chirp does DMR radios, but whatever I do use to program it, I'll let you know about that when the time comes. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Just a real quick plug before we're done. I really like to encourage people to upskill, to get their license, to move up to general or extra. And even if you're extra, you've got things that you can learn. I know I've got a lot that I can be learning. Hamradioprep.com has some great classes, and they have a promo code RADIOCOMS, RADIOCOMMS, where you could enter that at checkout and get a 10% discount on any of their courses or bundles. We also would make a little percentage off of it. I'd appreciate that. But just wanted to let you know about them. Shout out to them. They do some good stuff over there. And I know they've got an emergency comms course. They've got a couple of really interesting courses, as well as those that would help you get your license to start with. So in any case, check them out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure to share, to like, to subscribe, and you know, just let people know about us if you think that they would be interested in what I've got here. I've got a few things in the works for the coming videos. Hopefully we'll get back to this one here soon. I want to talk about DroidStar on the Android platform, which is another way to do digital radio, to do DMR. I've got a number of things that I want to get a look at in here soon. So we'll be updating. You all take care and check back soon. Thank you.